put it this way, he's the jack of all trades and master of quite a few.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. We need
Everybody moves to the front of the room.
We gotta move the camera up.
I got Zoom.
Colors in place, and salute. 1, 2. Uncover. Chaplain will lead us in the invocation, please.
O sovereign ruler of the universe, art thou Lord of hosts and God of peace. Without thee our efforts are in vain. Continue thy blessings upon us, we pray thee, and guide us during our deliberations. We beseech thee, O God, to bless the dependents of our departed comrades, and to comfort all who gave their beloved ones to our nation's cause. Bless the strength of the sick, the needy, and the affected. Bless, we ask thee, the widows and orphans, and help us to fulfill our duty towards them. Continue thy favor upon us, and help us to practice the spirits of true comradeship, both in our councils and within the world at large. Enable us to better the community in which we live throughout our devotion to duty as citizens. At this time, we bow our heads in reverent silence, prayer for our departed comrades. These and all other necessities, blessings, we ask of thee, mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Amen.
In memory of our departed comrades and the comrades of our fathers or veteran parents, let us stand in silence. Resolution 288, adopted at the 67th National Convention of the American Legion, and Resolution NC 2-94, adopted at the 23rd National Convention of the Sons of the American Legion, calls for designating a POW empty chair at all official meetings of the Sons of the American Legion as a physical symbol of the thousands of American POWs still unaccounted for from all wars and conflicts involving the United States of America. This is a reminder for all of us to spare no effort to secure the release of any American prisoners from captivity, the repatriation of the remains of those who died bravely in the defense of liberty, and a full accounting of those missing. Let us rededicate ourselves to this vital endeavor. We have our chair covered with our POW flag. We will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please recite with me the preamble of the Constitution. Proud possessors of the
Precious heritage. We militant descendants of veterans of all wars, place ourselves together as the sons of the American Legion for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate the true spirit of Americanism, to preserve the memories of our former members and the associations of our members and our forefathers in all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness, to adopt in letter and spirit of all the great principles for which the American Legion stands, and to assist in carrying on God and country. Wow, that's a lot. I can't read.
This this meeting. Great first meeting.
Not one go.
Roll call of officers. Commander Bob Carson. Here. First Vice Fred Harline. Here. Second Vice George.
Here.
Chaplain excused. Adjutant. I'm here. Finance Officer. Here. Sergeant at Arms. Excused, he couldn't get a ride. Mr. Commander, officer is here.
That's, he's on here too.
You don't count.
Yeah, kind of last time. You were just lucky.
Okay, I need, welcome to post by representative from post 331.
No one can speak.
Oh, thanks, I could hear it back here. All right, hey, I'd just like to welcome everybody, and it's good to see a crowd. And we've had them here many a time, and never this turnout. So just like to welcome everybody and hope that you get something to take home good from here today. And afterwards, we'll have food. You're welcome to one drink at the bar, pop, soda, whatever you want after the meeting. So, all right, thanks, everybody.
Okay, post roll call. I call your post, answer with how many you have here. 19, 209, 272, 281, 331,
5.
449,
2, since 3 can't speak. No, 566.
496,
2.
566,
5.
Thanks for all one.
Oh, that's a big head.
674, 685.
3/4.
Maybe she would have.
Mr. Commander, we have a forum. Thank goodness. Okay, George, can you introduce our guests, please?
See if I can do this without messing up any names.
Good luck.
I need Sunday. Do you have Sunday?
We got our,
Detachment Commander.
yep, catch, I can't read your last name.
Dills, David Dills.
Dills?
Yeah.
David Dills, okay. Liaison, John Life, I know none of.
Okay.
He's full of life or something.
Vicky Carson from Auxiliary at 566. Then we got Kim Bunch, is that right? That's it, okay. Oh, there you go. 13th District President. We got Adam Budner.
Yep, Budner.
13th District Commander running for Department Chaplain. Harold Osdick? Commander for here. Osdick. I apologize. Once again, I am terrible with names. And then Kathy Berghammer, 14th District President.
Sharon
I forgot
McLean,
to sign in,
President.
nobody told me to. I'm the 14th District Commander, Sharon McLean.
Thank you, Sharon. Confusing me there, that doesn't take much though. So yes, we get our 14th District Commander Sharon here. That is all of our guests. Did I miss anyone? No? All right.
Thank you. Reading the last minutes, please. Minutes of January 28th, held at Garfield Memorial 566. Meeting opened in regular fashion by Commander Carson. Roll call of squadrons. 175 had 3 members. 272 had 1 member. 281 had 1 member. 449, 1 member. 566, 5 members. We had 1 guest, District Auxiliary President Kathy Burkett. She always shows up somehow. There was no minutes from the last meeting, as it was just a round table, as nobody had showed up. Kathy Burkhammer brought greetings and mentioned the Auxiliary Roundtable, March 23rd at 175, Junior Department Convention, April 20th, to be held at Department Headquarters of the American Legion. Finance report, Steve hopes to have an account open in the next couple of weeks. Per capita dues were read. Squadron 19, that was $250. 175, 40, 209, $4.25, 272, $2.75, 281, $52.50, 331, $32.50, 449, $625, 496, $22.50, 566, $27.50, 674, $15, and 685, $27.50. Squadron 175 paid their dues last night, paid their dues that day, or their per capita that day, and a motion by John Life, seconded by Rod, to excuse 566 from their per capita, as the adjutant did all the mailing out of Squadron 566. Membership report at that time, district was in 12th place. Some squadrons only need a few members to be quota, and others need a few more. Called on John Life for a Boy State report. Called on Second Vice George for his report. He talked about the Medina Ice Festival and how help is needed. And also talked about the district page, maybe on Facebook, it may be the possibility of starting a district YouTube channel. He also talked about the district's Discord site. Sick call, Commander Sharon McLean was under the weather. Department President Jane Ridenour had been in the hospital. Department Second Vice Commander Stan Oren had been in the hospital for surgery. SAL District Chaplain Ed Fast was recovering from a broken hip. Cards have been sent to all. The Detachment Convention, May 17th to the 20th in Findlay. Past Detachment Commander Jeff Brable Sr. has a weekly roundup newsletter, and you can sign up for it at jeffbrablesenior@gmail.com. Meeting closed at 3:45. Need a motion to accept minutes?
I'm gonna make a motion to accept the minutes as read.
Jake Mark, seconds.
I need a name.
Greg Phil. Greg Phil.
Oh, hi, Greg, I didn't see you. Okay, any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Against the motion? The motion carries. Okay, on with the committee reports. And we have a finance report, Steve.
Yeah, Commander, talk, am I on camera? Makeup!
Wait a minute, we've got it.
We had a meeting before this meeting about the finances. We have no money out. Everything that's checks and cash is in an account. What we have to do is, Bob's got the checkbook and the check. We have to get that check updated. It's past due. I called Kansas City and they said the money's right, the check's not. So all we have to do is go to a bank with somebody whose name was on the bank book to replace that check. And then we'll have it in the bank, and then that should give us right around $700, I think. Because that was $599 over, it'll be over 700. Somewhere around 735, 745, something like that. And then the per capita, we'll get a better grip on that next time. That you dead weight thing won't get past us next year. Anything else? I'd like to know why you were late while I'm up.
Go ahead. Go.
Well, so I went and took my dog to the dog park.
Okay.
It was Bow Wow Beach over in Stowe. Had a great time. Went to Pet Supplies Plus to wash her off because she was just a mud ball after that. And my girlfriend ran into one of her old coworkers, and they were talking for probably half an hour.
Oh, that's a problem.
I was trying to get them to come on. No, it didn't work. I'm on her time everywhere I go.
And Commander, this is our incoming second vice, 14th district.
Why don't you plead the fifth?
Because I got nothing to hide.
It's fun teasing you. I can see my
May I make a comment? Keep him away from John Life then.
This is my protege.
Too late
You're
now.
screwed.
Man, I'll take a motion because there was money involved.
Right.
John Life makes a motion, we accept the report pending audit.
Subject to audit, very good.
Jake Mark seconds the motion.
Subject to audit, we have a motion to accept finance report and seconded. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Against the motion? Motion carried. District membership report.
Everyone's been doing pretty good from what we've seen. 19 is 19 is quota with 14 members to date. Stowe needs 20. They need 168 and they've got 148 as of.
Correction, I just pulled it up. They're actually quota, they're at 168 of 168.
This is a report I just pulled up on Friday.
This is what I just pulled up just now.
Okay.
$209, they need 18, they've got 17. No matter what, we can't get them to get one member. It's been that way for years. 272 needs 11, they've got 1. No idea what's going on, they won't answer calls for nothing. 281 needs 212, they've got 184. Ravenna needs 134, you've got 128 with what you just gave Dad a little while ago. 449 needed 28, you got 30. Kent, glasses keep shifting. Needed 95 and they've got 105. 566 we're at quota with 113 with, I'm not sure how many at the house waiting to be mailed in.
3 more ready. to
Three
go
more?
in.
Okay. Because we just gained one Friday night. One of our judges for our competition found out he was eligible. Wyndham needs 65 and you have 57 in. Streetsboro, it needs 112 and you have 101 in. And Nordoniel Hills, they've gave up,
They've surrendered their charter.
surrendered their charter. That's my report.
Okay, I was asked to bring up some information on two forms that are required to get your membership cards. Squadron data form. I'm showing squadron data forms not filed. 19-272, 331, 449, 496. And the officers' certifications from 19-272, 331, 449, and 674. 175, it says, Sherry said that she didn't receive SDR. So Fred said he's got a copy of it. He's gonna make sure it gets sent down to her again. We only have 2 squadrons in the district that are cleared. If we can get these forms sent down to the department, we can get $500 for the district. Okay, gentlemen, it's not that hard. Who hasn't had their elections yet?
We have.
Pretty sure we did.
No, we have, we're actually, we have rescheduled for May 14th. Well, I already talked to Trey about that. We're gonna do paperwork, submit it, in the next 2 days and then still hold our election.
Okay, when are your elections, Dan?
I'm not sure, Randy didn't show up today. He was our new SAL commander, and he's not here today, so I'm filling in his place today, and then hopefully we'll get something together.
Okay,
I gotta get with him and see what he's wanting to do.
as soon as you folks can get them done, the better off we'll be.
Yeah,
Because you understand, if your cards are not filled out and turned in, or these forms are not turned in by the 1st of May, you're not going to get your pre-printed cards. Right?
yeah, I'll get with him here and see what's up.
Okay. And the first unit, it's the first district that's cleared is a $500 district. After that, it's a $100 district. So we have been a $500 district 2 years ago. It's not that hard. But we need to get these forms turned in as quickly as possible, gentlemen. I don't know how many of you are dual members. Your posts, Legion posts are just the exact same way. They need to make sure they're turned in too. Commander. Back at the in the middle of March, toward the end of March, I mailed every squadron commander out a package that had all 3 of the forms that need filled out. And I didn't get any of them back, so I'm assured, pretty well assured that all the squadrons got. If you have any questions, you always get a hold of me. Here's my email address or my phone number. Okay, for the district activities report, George.
Want to turn on you?
Yeah, kind of hard for me to control, watch the camera. 566 just did a karaoke and burger fundraiser. Decent success, didn't have the turnout we had hoped, but we had some issues come up with scheduling and setting everything up. And I had to look into a lot of stuff that you might have to consider for your own events. In Ohio, of course, we got, we have a special liquor license at most places. I think it's a D4, and it can only be served to members unless they're signed in. In the process of the research, we did find the potential that if you're going to have something where you're going to have the public in, you can look into a F6 license, which is an extension that gives you 72 hours for, I think it was $50. You file it 30 days in advance. That could potentially allow you to serve to the public till 1 a.m. So if you want to do an event that is open to the public, you can look into that. There is some iffy because it says a C3 and we're C19. I always switch the numbers around. But the C19 is a C3 with a lot of restrictions removed. So you might want to look into that for your own events to keep in mind. Other than that, the event went well. I'm always happy to help anyone with ideas for events. We do have our district page. If you have something coming up, send it over to us. We'll put it on there. If you would like to have, we can always use more admins on there. So if one of your squadron members wants to become an admin, contact me or either one of the Freds. We can have it set up. So that way you can post directly on there when you have an event. A little additional promotion to let people in the district know what's going on. Other than that, Medina was okay. We didn't get a good turnout, but they're also, they've asked to go with a more local. So maybe the Medina Post could take over there. If they wanted to, they'd have to speak to Peggy with Elegant Ice, or they might be finding another group that's local, but they asked that the fundraising stuff be done by a local group, and 566 obviously is not, we're nearby, but we're not the local group. So unfortunately we won't be doing that one anymore, but we do have the potential of a boat show with a big turnout that could help. And we always at these events do pick up a few new members, not just for 566, but for statewide. We've had we've had people go through and sign up and join, not just like Wadsworth, but Sandusky. Didn't we have one out in West Virginia one year?
We had three in Elyria, 2 in West Virginia, and even we had one signed up that was in town. He signed up with Tinsley Park, Illinois.
So
He gave me information. He went back to their post. Says, I picked this up in Ohio. Sign me up. They signed up.
yeah, so it's
They signed up. They signed him up as a Legionnaire. His 3 sons as SAL. His wife and 4 of his daughters in the auxiliary.
Wow.
All in one post in Illinois. And they sent me a nice little letter saying, thank you for sending it to us.
So yeah, so these big events, if you hear something like that and you can get involved, we'll be glad to help out. It is not just for the individual squadrons and posts and district. I mean, we're helping nationwide with some of these bigger ones. You know, this boat show will be bringing people from all over the Northeast, not just Ohio, but we'll get people from Michigan, New York, you know, far away as Virginia will come out to see it. Medina was bringing people from all over the country. So it's a great chance to really show what the American Legion is about to the public, since they normally just see the buildings as they drive by. That's all. Oh, YouTube. People were asking about the video that's being recorded will be available on the YouTube right now. I have them set as unlisted, so they don't show up in the search engine, but if you request it through the Facebook or emailing any of us, we can send you a link so you can see. We have the last meeting recorded, and obviously this one. It usually takes me a couple days to process, considering I put it in the wrong quality, and I am taking a very high quality video right now.
How do we go about asking you to get on YouTube?
In the case of YouTube, if you have videos, once again, you can either send them to me through Dropbox.
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. What's
So-
a Dropbox?
Dropbox is like Dropbox or Google, I can't think of Google's name.
Google Drive?
Google Drive, yes, thank you. They're like an online storage for large files. So if you take a video, and if you have, especially if you have, you do it with your cell phone, usually you can put it right to Google Drive and send a link to us, and we can put it on YouTube.
Well, how would I get to you?
You want us to
To
find
get-
you?
The district Facebook page, my email is blackhawk2982.
Wait a minute. This is the way it sounds, Black Hawk?
Yes, like the helicopter.
Okay,
2982,
2982.
yep, at hotmail.com.
That email address is older than me.
I've had that since middle school.
So blackhawk2982 at hotmail.com.
Correct.
And then just give you my name, or what do I need to?
Well, you can either, if you got video, you can attach it to the email and send it. If you're looking for the link, then you just say, you know, hey, I need the link for the meeting video, and then I will send it back to you.
Okay, just send.
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood what you're asking, but
Well,
we
I'm
can.
Polish, that happens to me a lot.
Well, I am saying is if you do have a video from something you've done that would be good for the public to see, you know, so to show what we do, I can also put that on there. And just like with the Facebook, if you have members who are tech savvy and would like to help in maintaining and adding stuff to the YouTube, I will gladly have them set with access so we can really promote.
That's a heck of an idea, boss. I'm glad you're part of it. That's a good idea.
Another thing with George, he's still learning this camera. This is a new.
I've only had this camera for about a week and a half. This is a like Hollywood quality
Have you
cinema
got
camera.
insurance on that, done? I think it looks expensive.
I do. It's under my DJ company.
That is nice. Thank you for what you're doing for us.
And then we've mentioned a few times, I do have to put a guide together for this, but we also have Discord, which we all remember during the pandemic, Skype and all that stuff. Discord's similar, but it also has like message boards and stuff so you can leave messages. And when there's a meeting, right now, even though no one's watching because pretty much everyone is here that would be, but if you couldn't make it, if you were sick, or if it's really far away, or you're out of town, you'd be able to log into the Discord and watch and hear the meeting and at least know what's going on.
Then again, how do I get to the Discord?
That I'm going to eventually, I can email information out on it. It's an app that works on your phone, it works on your computer, and you just click on the channel and you'll see the list of, like I have a text channel for each squadron, plus then there's one that says voice chat. You just click on it because you'll see a little icon saying that I'm streaming. I think it's a little green icon next to my name.
Excellent.
You click on it and then you see the video and you'll hear everything we're doing. And eventually, if it catches on, we talked about the possibility of adjustments to allow anyone who does, because you can broadcast your own self. So we could see who is who and allow, with the necessary changes made, to permit those who can't make it to still be able to vote.
Oh, you can reply.
Yes, you can reply, and you can do, so you could click to live stream back, so that someone could verify on there and go, okay, this really is the person. It's not just someone, we can verify that actually is a member, rather than just someone who's logged in.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
So that would be one requirement. You would have to turn around and have something with the camera, whether it's a laptop with a webcam, or most smartphones have a front facing. You would just hit a button, we would see it's actually you, and we would know then that your vote would count. But that requires a few changes to procedure to finalize and permit us to do it.
What's the cost? Am I taking up too much time here?
No.
No,
What's the cost to the district for you to do this?
right now, nothing.
I mean, will it?
If it catches on and gets big, it could be like $5 a month if
Oh,
Discord.
Jesus Christ, when are you gonna get $5?
If Discord were to get really big, but we'd have to have more than 25 people logged in at a time watching to run into that issue. So I don't see, at least for a very long time, us having that many logged in remotely at once. I mean,
This is a good idea. You may be surprised by how many people will come to this meeting now with that.
yeah. Well, like I said, in fact, someone needs to yell at me because he deals with me almost every night and keeps forgetting to tell me to write up a guide or find a guide to help people who aren't as tech savvy on how to use Discord.
Right.
Well, I just told you, me and you got to link up.
Yeah.
I was
'Cause
going to show you, but I don't got permission to enter this chat on my Discord.
oh, yes, yes. So
You already did?
Yes,
I'm actually on it, but yeah.
Yeah, he can, because we use it all the time. It began out as a gaming thing, so you could communicate when you played video games, but it's expanded to so much more. Like I said, let's say you're not going to be able to make it at all. You won't even be able to watch, but you want to leave a message for us to consider something. You can leave in there, we can set up a text channel, and you go, hey, can you consider this at the next meeting? And we can actually read it and go, oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
you could even theoretically, and once again, this would probably cost money, well, maybe not,
How much?
because it depends the time.
I'm in charge of the money. I ain't spend no money.
Well, no, I'm talking once again, we're running into that 25 people live streaming at a time. It's not for text. You can have 1,000 people in there just doing the written part, but we can only have 25 people in a audio video channel.
Does the district owe you any money now?
No money has been spent on any of this.
Okay.
This stuff is all free stuff, and you could either, once you look at it, if you decide you could do it yourself, or we can set up in the district one audio channels for each squadron. So then you guys, if you need one for your own meetings,
Yeah.
you just have someone with a phone, stick it up there, log into yours, and you can control who does and doesn't have access to it. So you can have it open to the public. Once again, you're going to run that 25 person issue, or you can just have people who sign up and you mark as being part of your squadron, and they're the only ones that can get in there. Besides, of course, server admins. Like I'd be able to get into any channel just because server admin has to be able to.
Sure.
But you could limit then that way. You could have your own meetings done that way for anyone that can't make it. These are all options that we're doing. So yeah, we got that. We got the Facebook. We got the YouTube. All ways to get the word out. Let people know what we're doing. And I come back to one quote that from son John showed me years ago when I was at 449. Hence why my cat still says. It was the Hollywood one saying everyone thinks that we're just a drinking club with funny hats. We can use this stuff to prove to people we actually do stuff in the community. If you go out, Scotty a couple years ago, what park was it that you got grouped together for in Akron?
I'm trying to remember. It was over off of Carnegie.
Yeah, there was a park playground that had been overrun and destroyed. He got a group together from, I think there's 566 and 449
Yeah.
there. And if we would have had some of the videotape, that would have been perfect to show that we're out in the community.
Because we went around, we got playground equipment fixed up, cleaned up for it. There's ball fields, we went and cleaned up. Trees that were down, we actually got the city involved and helped out to help cut up some of the trees that were down in the area.
Nice. Thank you.
So, all right, I'll quit tying everything up. I know I can ramble.
This is breaking technology for us. This is great stuff.
All right. And that is my report.
Mr. Commander, to add to his report, the boat show, I checked into it this year. We couldn't get enough people to volunteer. It's a Summit County boat show. It's held at Summit County Fairgrounds, always the first weekend of March. Well, I was talking to the gentleman this year. He said they get, on average, through there and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, between 300,000 to 500,000 people going through the Summit County Fairgrounds looking at boats.
What'd you say, March?
March. And I talked to him, he says, you're part of the American Legion, you're part of the Veterans Organization. I'll give you guys a 12 by 12 booth to do what you want to do with, and it won't cost you anything. Everybody else pays over $200 for a booth. He said, you guys got a booth for nothing. I told him, I said, I'll get back to you next year on it. And then especially now since Medina has basically told us George wasn't there on Sunday, when a guy come along and looked at us and said, where are you guys from? I said, we're from Portage Lakes. He says, you're not from Medina? Or Medina County? No. Then why are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. This is for Medina people only. And he said, at that time, he had already given us $50 to buy tickets for this ice sculpture. And when we said that, he reached into Freddie's hand, pulled $50 out and says, I ain't supporting anybody from Summit County.
Which is funny, because I remember years ago, I reached out to the Medina Post, Post 202, that's literally just down the street. They never got back to me.
Well, 3 years ago, we had a guy from Wadsworth come up and actually give us a helping hand for about 2 hours. Then he says, okay, folks, he says, I'm sorry to leave. He says, I'm working right up the road. He says, my shift starts in a half hour, so I got to get to work.
Commander, is the boat show going to be inside?
It is inside, yes.
You might get more help being inside than...
Yep.
You were welcome to come out and help us outside.
Yeah.
Some county fairgrounds.
I forget when I ask people for help with Medina. I work in a freezer at my day job, obviously it being one of the sculptors. So I'm used to the cold. I'm like, why is no one, oh. I guess no one else is used to being in, below 20-degree weather, and I spend all day in it.
They
I'm
said,
unemployed.
where they set us up this year was right outside the gazebo. And they put a platform down for us set up. Sunday, the wind was so strong coming from the south. I mean, we had 10-pound weights on each one of the legs of our tent. It lifted it up and moved it 5 foot back away from the table and where Freddie and I were standing. So all of a sudden, we were standing out in the weather with no tent or nothing over us. We picked up the table and moved it back under the tent. Somebody says, how come you guys ain't up here? And about that time, the wind shifted again, and I understand now.
And I had to grab it, keep it from blowing away, even with the weight.
Okay, next up is internal affairs. What do we got? Internal affairs.
I have nothing right now.
Okay. DA report. I have nothing.
I have nothing either. I haven't received anything. I haven't received anything yet this week.
I was in the hospital for the last meeting.
Yeah.
Budget, employment and education reports. That committee has been dropped. POWMIA report.
POWMIA had come out just the other day on the website. Two bodies have been returned to the United States from Korea, from the Korean War. They were found. They're still in the process of being identified. They were listed as POWMIA. They are in Washington, D.C. now at the center where they're trying to identify them. One from the Vietnam conflict was returned, has been identified, and 2 weeks ago he was buried in Illinois with a full ceremony, military ceremony, service officers, everybody there, doing a full military service at their national cemetery in Illinois.
Winter Writers Report. Do we have any writers in here today? No writers? Okay. The Child Welfare Foundation report. I'm on the North Committee. I'm responsible for everything north of I-70. I haven't heard of anything special going on with VA hospitals or the children's hospitals. Nothing going on special with them right now.
Child welfare, are you talking about the child education?
Child Welfare Foundation.
Foundation. I got some latest information.
Okay.
As of Friday, the Attachment of Ohio has donated $19,659 to the Child Welfare Foundation. That is the Sons of the American Legion's biggest fundraiser we do almost every year. But this year, as of like I said, on Friday, Arizona leads the way. Arizona so far this year has donated $59,791. Child welfare.
So they must have put their house up on remortgage again.
Yeah.
That's what they did one year.
Yeah.
They beat us out. Somebody refinanced their house to get money for
Okay.
Well, nothing beats the 1 year Indiana and Ohio are going at it.
Right, yeah. Also, too, there's more money out there than what is listed.
Yeah.
Chris Huffle, our Child Welfare Foundation chairman, has found out there has been money that has not been put out there that the SAL has donated, but it's been put in.
Yeah.
So we got that problem again, so we're on the hunt for that money again.
Okay, but there's a problem there. Okay, we have two different parts to the child welfare. Okay, we have the Child Welfare Foundation and then the Child Welfare. But everybody is donating to. Okay? The Children's Education Fund. Right, the Children's Education Fund and all of that
Yeah, I
stuff.
think, well, you know,
And
for a long
then-
time, this never happened till they joined us all together. And now we're having difficulties. So we need to go in and look and see. We got people looking, the guys out of the first district, Todd Bidlack, our chaplain, and Chris Huffle, our child welfare, they're in research of trying to figure out why our money's is coming up, because they said it's a check issue, because people aren't putting the SAL on the bottom of the memo. I think that's a bunch of crap, but that's just my opinion. So if a check comes in from a squadron up on top, it's a squadron money, you know.
Nothing beats it's 10 years ago, Indiana and Ohio were battling for #1 in child welfare. Indiana sat at the national headquarters They waited up right until the deadline, and 5 minutes before they closed off, they wrote a check for $3 to beat Ohio, to take that one award.
Okay, the oratorical report. Jake, what can you tell us?
Well,
No, you can go.
I have to wait. Oh yeah, it's buy one all over the place. It's got way too many pins on it, and I got a big nugget. So, I don't remember if I even gave a report since the oratorical contest for this place. Okay. So, this year, the oratorical contest was held at Department down in Delaware. It was, from what I heard, one of the biggest turnouts that they've had in years. This was only my first year being on the committee, and it's been a decent one. I can't say that I've been able to fully immerse myself in it because I haven't given myself enough time to, unfortunately. But being present to see everybody else's work come together in one spot and be privileged enough to see all these kids come together and say some really, really insightful stuff and being able to share their opinions with us, I thought it was a very valuable experience. I'm still on it going into next year, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to seeing how I'm going to be able to really impose myself in different school districts and talking to everybody here, hopefully, and seeing what we can do to bring more representation to the department for that competition. That starts with us having one at the district level, though. We didn't have one at the district level last year, and I really hope so that next year we'll have one, and it'll be big enough that we'll send some serious contenders. That, and it's scholarship opportunities. I mean, these kids get cash prizes, and if they make it to national, it's a lot bigger than just, you know, a couple hundred or a couple $1,000. We're talking like big dollars, and proud parents, and proud kids. So, if you're interested in getting some information about this program, come talk to me after the meeting. We'll exchange contact information and we'll go from there.
Boys State.
Orientation's at post 496 this Sunday at 10 o'clock. That's a mandatory meeting. It looks like our numbers are up. We're gonna go to 16 cities and 4 counties. So we are moving back to the direction we used to be in. It's still not too late. We'll take up applications all the way up to the end. And you're Buckeye Boys State Chairman in 331. What was his name?
Gary Boykin.
Did he get a chance to go up to the school for the arts up there? Did you know if he?
For the arts.
Well, the school up there in Ravenna. I don't know.
The high school?
Not the high school, no, the other one.
The Career Center?
The Career Center. Did he have a
Oh,
chance to go up there, Maplewood?
I don't think so.
Well, why don't we hook up next year? Me and him can run up there and see if we can get some of those kids out of there because they're detached from their high schools. So we'll go up there next year and see if we can get some delegates out of there. Streetsboro sending 6. Does anybody know how many you got going? 4, excellent. 1, good, that's 11.
175, I think.
Got 1, 2? The bus will hold 42. Sharon's gonna take the bus with us, or with the kids, and then she'll get a ride back. So the more kids we get on the bus, there'll be less to the post. Every post is gonna have to pay their share to get them kids there. So if you have 1 kid on a 42 bus, it's gonna cost you $1,400. So the more kids we get on that bus, the less the cost. Anything else from Buckeye Boys State? We have 1, 2, and possibly a 3.
I am.
Yeah, she's in, but we're gonna bring.
You're a guest for the first year.
What was that?
You're a guest for the first year.
Yeah, you
Oh, I am?
gotta wait 1 year and then,
Okay.
so you're
Yes.
good.
I'm a commissioner.
Kathy?
You pick up the boys at Kent and take them down there. When it's over, do you bring them back?
No.
So it's just a one-way
Yeah.
trip, you just leave them all down?
Yeah, when you have the orientation before you go to the big orientation, you should have already broke that down to your kids at your post. So, so they don't go into this blindfolded, but if you don't make it to orientation, them kids will be lost. It's important to get there.
No, we stopped a return bus, I think, 6 or 7 years ago, because we would pay for a big old bus and only like 3 or 4 kids would get on it.
It cost the district $1,400 to get the bus there, which is paid for.
So I'll ride on the bus by myself?
On the way back,
Yeah.
you and the bus driver, keep your hands off of him.
He has to keep his hands off me.
He's driving. I don't want you taking advantage of no drivers.
You're staying down
But I'm staying down there.
I don't think so.
I got a sign,
Okay, well then the bus will come back by itself.
then I'll have to drive my car.
We'll have to
there?
figure that out.
If she
All right,
rides
we
the
got a
bus
problem.
down,
Yeah, you can figure that out.
Yeah, that's a different day. We'll get that later. We just can't let them delegate, that's a different day. I'm sorry.
Okay. Guest speakers, Sharon.
Good afternoon.
Howdy.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I have a cold and I'm getting over it. So, one thing I do have to explain to you. You're sitting way up there, it doesn't matter who's up there, and you're all way back there. Can you hear everybody's talking?
Yes.
Okay. Don't hesitate to ask to raise your voice, okay? Because when you're speaking, you're supposed to speak like you're talking to the wall back there. And lots of times I can't hear what people are saying. I don't have hearing problems, but people are talking very low.
Well, then you should tell them to speak up.
I did say it.
I thought you pointed the finger at us. We ain't got it.
No, I said speak up, okay? First of all, I hope you have a very good meeting here today, which you have already been doing. And I want to thank those that attended my homecoming on April the 13th. It was wonderful. I had a great crowd. It was very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For those that attended.
Yeah.
And, well, wait a minute. Don't talk like that. I can tell that too. I would like to thank all those that have been helping me out this year, my officers, my chairman, and I think that you guys are doing very well, coming up the ladder as far as your memberships are concerned. 14th District has got 7 American Legions that are at quota, or goal, and I want to thank everybody. We went down a little bit as far as our goals. We're 4th place, so I don't know how many have turned in any of their memberships in the last week. We're hoping that we'll get more goals for each of the legions. So I know I sent in some more, so we should get back into the 2nd place, hopefully try to get into 1st place. You still have time to get your memberships in. So I want to thank you very much for having me here and continue to have a conference. Thank you very much.
Kathy, please.
oh, I think I can come up with something. Good afternoon. I'm so glad to see so many here. Commander Bob, I'm glad to see you back in better health. And you're on the road to recovery.
Yes, ma'am.
And his wife, Dickie. At one point, we had one in one hospital and the other in the other hospital on the same day. Want to welcome Kim, the 13th District President, to the 14th. We're honored to have you here. Summit County Council, every year, at their Christmas meeting, they collect money from everybody for the SAL District Project. Well, last year, we collected $125. We gave you guys a check, and then when the mishap with unfortunately, Dave passed away and the account being closed. I took the check back, we voided it. This year, we only collected $55. The council's holding $180 for the special project from last year and this year.
You can make the check out to the American Legion, 14th District, and I'll surely put it in the bank for you.
Send it to you?
It's my home address, yeah.
Yeah.
And the check's named into the 14th District.
And we'll earmark it SAL project.
Okay, sure.
I will have Patty do that, our county treasurer. So that's $180 more.
Thank you.
So I wish you well the rest of this meeting,
Thank you.
and we're in second place, by the way.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we're in
Wow,
second.
good for you. Great.
We're inching up there. We only need, well, Karen told me she's got 10 to send in. That only leaves us like 17 to be goal.
I think, what, 209 needs one?
No, 209 needs a whole bunch.
Is that Maryland's the only thing keeping that together?
Well, no, we have a couple of other ladies, but since Marilyn moved to South Carolina, they figured, oh, no more. So a lot of them
They gave up?
didn't renew. We have a couple of ladies trying to hold it together. So I hope you'll come to my June 1st meeting,
Okay.
the summer convention in Streetsboro. 10 o'clock in the morning. They won't let me have afternoon meetings. So, good luck and thank you for having me. I enjoy coming.
I do want
Oh,
to.
one other thing, the Ravenna Clinic. According to my VA&R chairman, Cindy Massawick, they're gonna be closing it within the next few years. They're building a new one in Rootstown. They no longer want us to do coffee or anything like that for right now.
What they're doing with that, Kathy, is that the reason they're moving is not because of they got bigger.
Right.
So the VA doesn't want to own the buildings. They just want the guy who owns it to put an addition on, and he won't
do it.
So it's cheaper to go towards Rootstown than it is Streetsboro, Ravenna. The land's cheaper on.
Well, that's like Akron. They outgrew their clinic within the first 6 months. They were lucky enough, the building right across the street was available for sale, and somebody got it and they renovated it. So we have psych over here and the medical over here, and it works out great. So, thank you.
Sorry. I forgot to mention that the 14th District will not hold their meeting on the regular Tuesday, since we will be having our meeting on May 19th in Kent for our conference. Okay? So just so you know that. Thank you.
To Ms.
Yes, and it is election.
Ms. Burkhammer,
Yes, sir.
not only on Friday night did we sign up one new SAL member, we also gave you an auxiliary member too.
I know, I heard. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I couldn't attend, but when you guys had to change the date, I already committed to 449 to attend their dinner. And I'm sorry, as much as I like to eat, I can't eat 2 dinners within a couple of hours.
You could have got it to go.
I'm sorry, my burgers are better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Adam, do you like to speak?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adam. I'm running for detachment chaplain with Sons of the American Legion. I have been a lifelong member of American Legion Post 627 in New Newburgh Heights, Ohio. Started off as a young child doing Sons activities, and then as I grew up, I kind of moved away from the Legion, just as you would, growing up, going to college, and then as I got a little older, I started getting back into it. Now this is my main focus, is the Sons of the American Legion. I'm also the commander of the Sons 13th District. I am the squadron commander at Post 627. many of the questions that we've been getting as I've been campaigning around the state is how will we bring in younger members? And from being here today, you guys are on that track, using the camera, using YouTube and Discord. These are ways to bring in younger members. It's also being able to show them that, as George stated, it's showing the people that we aren't just guys that wear funny hats and drinking the canteen all day, that we are going out to parks, that we are going out to help at schools, we are doing girls' state, Buckeye Boys. These are things that we need to show them that we can get younger members in. Also pushing the American Legion family, being the family, like you guys did your ice carving.
Yeah, the cold hard cash fundraiser.
Yes, when you guys did that, you were able to sign up the one veteran, which also then brought in 4 auxiliary, which then brought in 3 Sons members. This is how we gain members, is by doing the entire Legion family. Even if you meet somebody that may not be a Sons member, maybe they are eligible to be an auxiliary member or a American Legion member, and then that turns into more members for all of us. If you guys are planning on attending the Sons Convention in May, please remember my name when you vote for state chaplain. I'll be here after the meeting today if you have anything you'd like to ask me or anything like that. And thank you for your time. And Commander, thank you very much.
I have a question for Ed.
Sure.
I've been to your post a bunch of times.
Only a few.
You are a credit to your post and your district, and Kim, with your background, you can't fail. I look to move to endorse Adam as a 14th district at the Defensive College.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second to endorse Adam. Is there any discussion?
Who's second?
Greg Bill.
There's no discussion. All in favor, please.
Aye.
Any against?
That makes you a bad guy.
Okay, I've known Adam for so many years, I had to pick one.
Motion carried.
That's the commander's motion.
So we put you off all day.
That's fine. Thanks, Commander. I'm lucky today. My journey was to go to the 9th District and speak today, but unfortunately they canceled out. And thanks to Adam for letting me know, because I was up there already last night ready to attend their meeting, and he told me this meeting was going on today, so I said, well, it's on my way home. I'm going to be here to do this. I'm from Post 29, Squadron 29 out of Zanesville, Ohio. My eligibility fell under both my grandfathers. They both served in World War II. One of my grandfathers was a transportation specialist. He took the ammo to the front lines. And my other grandfather, he was a corpsman, a medical assistant for the surgeons in the MASH unit. So basically, if it wasn't for them 2 gentlemen doing what they did to do what they did for our country, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing today for everybody, all the veterans out there. And I love what I do today. And it's a great pleasure for me to be here today to do what we all do. Traveling to all the districts and different posts, different squadrons, I love it. I mean, it's the greatest hospitality that you could ever have. And Adam, I know that you'll enjoy going up to the chairs. It's just amazing that you never think of our great American Legion family. If it wasn't for us all teaming up together to do what we're doing, we wouldn't have the world's largest veterans organization in this country. I don't know how to put this. The other day, I was sitting at our canteen, and one of the ladies' auxiliary members came up to me and said, "What do you think you're trying to prove?" And I said, "Ma'am, what?" She said, "You think you're just a big hot shot coming in here, doing all this to the state, bringing your state officers in there to think you're having your homecoming, and all you're doing is just making one big show." I said, "Ma'am, we're not here to make a show. We are a family." And she said, "You're not representing us. You're just representing the Sons." And I was speechless. I didn't know what to say. I'm thinking that we have somebody like that in our organization that doesn't think that we're a family. And it ended up being our auxiliary president of our unit that told me this. So I don't really know how to even answer this question. I just wanted to bring it up and get it off my chest so people knows what problems we have in our area. Yeah, 29. But they are also too having difficulties at their unit to getting members. Yesterday they had a meeting down there to resolve whatever they had to do. So the District 11 commander and District 11 president went down and talked to her about this situation. So I think it's all taken care of. But I just have to let people know that there's people out there like that, and we need not to listen to them. Because we are one family. I'm proud of our family here, what we're doing. And thank you guys.
George, did you bring the coasters?
I do have them in the car. It's not a matter of I brought them, it's just a matter of I still haven't taken everything out from Friday.
Because I forgot the coaster I had for Dave, the SAL coaster.
Okay, yeah, those are all in my car.
Okay,
Don't run away after the meeting, we got something for you.
Okay, thank you.
can I have a motion to set aside normal service of
John Life makes a motion to set aside the normal business meeting to do conduction of election of SAL district officers.
second? Yeah, no. All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Or against the motion? Motion carries.
We do all in one. So great, do it, our post.
Kim, you ain't gonna do that to me, are you? I told Cindy I wouldn't be here.
Normally turn it over to me.
Down,
Okay, that's not right.
You're
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's a private link.
Yeah.
We need to elect a commander, a first vice, a second vice.
Roger?
So the floor is now open for nominations for district commander. I'm supposed to pardon me if you're not standing up. 2 weeks ago today, I fell and jammed my knee. And if I stand too long, it likes to go out from underneath me. Do you have any nominations for district commander? Any nominations for district commander?
Who wants to get thrown under the bus? I got a problem throwing you under.
Not as hard as you think.
No, it's really not.
I'll do it again.
Bob Carson.
I'll nominate Bob Carson.
Santa, go put your hand up, do it yourself. Yes, great.
Yeah, you can nominate yourself, Greg, we're fine.
Greg's been there once.
I've been there, done that.
So have I. I've done it 3 times now, or about to be 3 times. You'll be all right.
Yeah, Greg, you run for commander, you can travel with me, you're my ride half the time anyway.
Are there any other nominations
Next year. We'll get you next
for
year. How's
district commander? Any other nominations for district commander? Third and final call, nominations for district commander. We have one nomination for district commander, Bob Carson.
Does he accept?
I'll accept.
I move to nominate Bob Carson as commander of the 14th District, SAL.
I'll
I second.
Who second?
Oh,
John,
Greg,
They both said it at the same time.
the next district commander.
We have a motion on the floor. We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. First vice commander.
Who's currently first vice? Aren't you supposed to? Freddie? I knew Freddie was, but he's got to say currently, that way you know what to do with the second.
If anyone wants it, you can gladly have it.
You want to move up, George?
I am happy where I am.
That'd be good for Greg.
You are first vice for the post, you might as well.
We don't have basketball, they don't have baseball games on meeting night.
No, I can't do it.
I'll talk to
I'm
Caroline.
too involved at church. The youth group at church.
Okay. We have one nomination. Anybody else? Any other nominations? Final call. Any other nominations for first vice?
I'll nominate Freddie.
John.
Huh? Oh, no.
I second that one.
I got too many cats as is, unfortunately. When I get rid of a couple, I'll run through the SAL. I promise you that.
John Life refuses. Third and final call.
He's gonna be unemployed here. He's gonna be unemployed here pretty soon, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm incapable.
He's got to retire for a couple more years.
We know he's gonna be unemployed.
We have one nomination for first vice. Bud Hartline the second. Looks like you're there again, Bud.
Yep.
I nominate the high office of first vice commander of the 14th District, Little Fish.
John Light, second.
Yeah.
Nomination for second vice commander.
George.
Nominate George.
I move we close the nominations on second vice commander.
I'll second the motion.
You said you want to stay still, now you're screwed. You shouldn't have brought all this stuff in, you know, now.
You've got to teach us all how to use it, so.
It's on.
He taught me how to use it yet, and I'm on it.
Hey, you figured enough how to ban people.
Yeah. At least on Twitch. I haven't figured that out on Discord yet, but I.
We even got him to figure it out finally.
Yeah.
Okay. Just need to appoint your officer. Okay. Okay. For the officers, they pretty much stay the same. Bob Carson, Commander, Fred Hartline II, First Vice, George as Second Vice. And Mr. Carson has to appoint his, would you like to be this adjutant, please? Please. Unless you got anybody else who can step up right now. Yes, I'll take it, absolutely. Thank you. Okay. Do the installations. At best, I did take chaplain. Yes. You don't have any historian? Not yet.
No, that's the job we can give John.
Who's chaplain?
Yeah, fast.
At best.
All you'd have to
He
do
called
is
me
snap a
earlier
photo of
today,
it so I
says,
can-
he just wasn't feeling too peppy today, and he sounded real hoarse. Anybody like to be a historian? Sergeant at Arms?
I'll do that one.
That means you have to be on time.
Yeah, I know.
You just gotta reschedule your dog walk.
Wait, he hasn't been to a district meeting on time, and
I was on time to the last one you weren't at.
But the one before that,
No.
Is he one of them ones you gotta tell him?
We never
5 minutes
see both
sooner?
on time at the
Is it at
same
the
place.
correct time?
an hour.
I had to call him at 11 o'clock to remind him.
Yeah, like today. 'cause I told
One,
my friend-
one time he drove the wrong post.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
See, we know about that, don't we, Greg?
Yeah.
all the officers.
Gentlemen, could I have a motion to close the nominations and
Is the finance officer elected?
It's appointed.
It's appointed.
You're already in.
Yeah, you
Let's try.
You still got a good
Would
committee.
you like
got
to
me and
be
Jake.
appointed as finance officer, please?
I'll accept.
I already had you wrote down.
All right.
I'm good at running the railroads. I've did it for so many years.
Yeah, that's how I ended up in this position to
Okay.
begin with.
Could I have a motion to close the nominations?
John Life makes a motion to close.
Greg Field second.
All in favor of the motion to close?
Aye.
Against?
I want that cookie.
Motion carries.
I also don't want to have to be everywhere. Nope.
Installation. And we have the installation now.
All right.
Do I gotta let him up there with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You just stand right through here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Them fellows can't get up, Commander, you might have to go to them.
Yeah, you guys can just be back here if you want.
I'm up now.
Okay.
I said, try to get neither one.
So, I have two versions of this today, and I think clearly you guys, I have a long version and I got a short version. Does everybody agree on the short version?
We already talked, no long wind.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go this way, and you turn facing me. We're here to install our new elected officers of District 14. You'll raise your right hand and repeat after me, giving your name where I give mine. I, David Dilts,
I, Jacob Marsh,
do solemnly pledge
do solemnly pledge
myself to perform faithfully and impartially
myself to perform faithfully and impartially
the duties of the Sons of the American Legion
the duties of the American Legion
that I'm about to assume.
that I'm about to assume.
And I'm not a member of,
I'm not a member of,
and do not subscribe
and do not subscribe
to any principles of any groups
to any principles of any groups
opposed to this form of government.
opposed to this form of government.
You may lower your hand. Now, about face, please. I now introduce you, the newly elected officers of District 14, Detachment of Ohio.
Jake, before you leave, I'm gonna need your name, address, phone number, and ID number.
Okay.
Membership number.
Membership number is your standard.
We got yours already, so.
Actually, I'll need to show the same number.
What do we have for the good of the SAL, folks? Anybody?
Just remember that our detachment convention is coming up here in a couple of weeks, and I think we're looking for the way the first district is putting this convention together. I think we're going to turn out and have one heck of a convention if everything goes right. So, looking forward to seeing each and every one of you there. Please attend and make sure that the 60th convention goes out to be one heck of a show.
I don't know where it's at.
Finley, Ohio.
The 50th convention was great.
Yeah.
The 60th, I hope, is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least come to make it look like I'm making a fool of myself up there. So, I mean, at least make faces at me when I'm on the podium anyway. So.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay, any other announcements? Okay. How about a sick call? Sick call.
Nothing much on sick call. I did send a card from the 14th district to Kelly Hartman. He's past national commander, elected in 1973 as a very good friend, and he'd visited the 14th district many times over the years until he retired. Jim passed away of cancer on March 15th, or April 15th, so I've sent a card down to Kelly and that, expressing his sympathies from the 14th district. Back by the sign-in card table there, Stan from 449 on Thursday had knee replacement surgery.
281
Or from 281, had knee replacement surgery. I have a card there for us to sign, and I will get it in the mail to him. And I'm here today, today's my daughter's 50th birthday. But, so I put a card back there, if you folks could possibly sign the card for her, and that stuff, I'd appreciate that. We had a surprise party for her yesterday, caught her totally off guard, she almost fell down the church steps.
I do want to please let prayers. My dad's doing well, but he's not up to full speed. He's taking care of Mom. Mom's doing dialysis 3 times a week, and he's taking care of her. And he thinks he's still 17 years old, thinks he can take care of all this stuff. And the guy, you know, but he's plugging along. But I want you to please keep him in your thoughts and prayers, please.
I love reading your dad's post when he gets on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. George, could we do our 50-50 drawing before we have our benediction?
Right here.
One of the things we're doing.
We got $40, so 20 and 20.
Have one of the guests.
Mix them up.
I just do like I did at Medina, put the lid on it, shake.
That way I'm not
shake it.
responsible. I already got yelled at for withholding the fine gold glory.
Yeah.
The last 3 are 609.
That's me.
All right.
Have on for
Taking us all out tonight, now, kids.
George made the comment about the Find Old Glory. 2 weeks ago, when we were supposed, he was doing his karaoke. They have the drawing at 8 o'clock, they pick his name out. And he says, I didn't win nothing. They come back and says, George, you found Old Glory, and that, and everybody was yelling at him for saying it was fixed because he was a DJ.
I literally thought I was being called up to bring a microphone up for them to announce.
Yeah, get used to that. Whenever you win something, they're gonna say it's rigged or fixed or something other. So
Oh, he's witnessed that at our post too many times to count with some of the members that have won. And
Is there any further business to come before this meeting? If not, Father Chaplain will lead us in closing. Uncover, please.
Almighty God, the hour has come where we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care. Thou who art our strong tower of defense and our protection, grant that in life's battles we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity, and shall reflect honor upon our country and glory thy great and holy name. May good providence shield us from all harm and bring us together again in true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Amen.
Till we meet again, let us remember our obligation to our country can't be fulfilled only by faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be ever a main objective of the Sons of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country and our organizations, to ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. Colors in place, and salute. 1, 2. I now declare this